And here's what's cool to me is that Peter knew that he was unable to walk on water. Peter knew that. Peter was not a dummy. Peter did nothing. He was a fisherman. He lived on the sea. He knew that he was not designed to stand on top of water. Peter knew that the boat was designed to hold him. He knew that his chances of living in the middle of the storm were far increased if he would stay in the boat. If he wanted to reach Jesus, he first needed Jesus' permission. He first needed to make himself available. You know what's true about this? Is that God is far more interested in my availability than he is my ability. And it's true for your life as well. God is far more interested in my availability to him than he is in any of my abilities. What kind of qualifications do you think God looks for in you or in somebody when he's looking for somebody to do the will of the Father? What kind of qualifications do you think he's looking for? A strong leader? Somebody who sings well? Somebody who's never destroyed a relationship in their life? I can't help but think of the people who I've heard over the years who say, if only I could sing, if I could teach, if I could lead like that person, then maybe God could use me. If I were married, if I wasn't married, if I were sick, if I weren't sick. So many different things. Here's the reality. God does not need my abilities. He does not need my possessions or skill sets. But he will use them for his glory if I make myself available to him. I love this quote. If I knew who wrote it, I would give him credit. But I've heard it a lot, and you have too. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. I love that. I love that. There's nothing about me that makes me inherently easier for God to use than anybody else. There's nothing that God says, well, Dustin, if you could just get this right, I could use you. If you would just be better at leading, if you would just be better at teaching, God says, if you make yourself available to me. And here's what's crazy, is almost as if like our abilities, like God doesn't know what they are, or he's got to figure out how to use them. He gave you these very things. He gave you these abilities. He's given you these talents and these gifts. He says, make yourself available to me, and I will use you.